In 2013, Natalie's bus stop has decided that the next tour would be in northeastern France 2 years hence. The personnel consists of Peter, Trevor, Lance, and David. Normally the tours happen each year, giving the organizer just 1 year to plan all the sights to see, as many as 10 a day, plan the journeys, and plan the hotel stops. Usually Dave and Trevor do all the work. For the first time, Lance and Peter are to do the planning. This looked good on paper, as Lance was a project manager and Peter is known for reading the paper. During the first year there didn't appear to be any progress. At the beginning of the second year a spreadsheet appeared with very little on it. Then disaster struck and Lance hurt his back, so he wouldn't be able to go on the tour. He was unable to sit in a car for hours and do the occasional half-hour wander around an interesting site. Instead, he had to console himself with 6-mile hikes, digging out ponds, and standing for hours watching football matches. Expectations were low.
Peter, how long have you had to prepare this itinerary?
Well,
how many years has it been since we decided to come here?
2 years. Yeah.
Right, and how far have you got so far?
Well, I've done a rough itinerary. I know where we're staying every night. And then we get to Karnak.
So Peter, why haven't you done the itinerary?
Well, in a nutshell, I blame Lance.
So here we are in our first hotel. Peter's supposed to have booked a triple room, but there are only 2 beds. Peter, what went wrong?
I blame Lance.
So here we are.
Here we are.
Museum of the Alignments,
Maison de Megalith,
which has just closed,
just as
we got here.
Yeah.
How do you explain this, Mr. Organiser?
Well, I blame Lance.
I'm all wet now.
Why didn't you take a coat, Dave?
It was sunny when we went, and I didn't know if we were going to walk a mile and a half down the river. If we had a plan...
Yeah, but you know we're at the top of the hill, and the restaurants, the expensive restaurants, are at the bottom of the hill by the port, as per what Peter said.
But if there was a plan, if I knew we were going to walk a mile and a half, I would have said, it's sunny now, but it might rain, but we're going to be half an hour, I'll take my waterproofs. I blame you, Peter. It's your fault.
Again, here we go again. I blame Lance.
Well, here we are at the Karnak Museum of Prehistory. Sort of place you come in, a place like Karnak. And it was Tuesday. Musée fermé le mardi, so it's closed on Tuesday. Bad planning again. I blame you, Peter. I suppose you're going to blame Lance.
Well, actually, Dave, I planned to come on a Tuesday because if you read my book, it says Karnak's Musée de Préhistorie is a disappointingly dry museum of archaeology that's likely to leave anyone whose command of French is less than perfect completely in the dark. So I thought this was the perfect day to come here. So not only Monday now.
Oh, hi there. Yeah, we're at this historic church. St Michael's of Douarnenez, and we really wanted to go in. It's in the schedule, I think. And you look here, lundi, mardi, vendredi, dimanche. It's open in the afternoon. We're here in the afternoon, but today, Wednesday, it's closed in the afternoon. No, it's bad planning, and I blame you, Peter.
Well, I blame Lance.
Here we are at the ancient monastery of Granola, the inventor of breakfast cereals. Lovely place, and Peter, well done for getting us here. But what's the day and date today?
It's Thursday the 17th of September, Dave.
And what's French for that?
Jeudi 17 septembre.
And what's the French word for closed?
Fermé.
Obviously some very good planning going on. I blame you, Peter.
Well, I blame Lance.
Yeah, I think I can see it's very small, but I can just about make it out. It's the amount of time that Peter spent planning this trip.
Actually, I think Trevor and Dave owe me an apology, because the Abbey isn't closed. As you can see, it's open and we're in it.
I'd just like to point out here that you actually took us to the wrong Abbey.
Well, yes.
What's that?
Well, I blame Lance.
It's a beautiful market town, this, Peter. Beautiful
town.
Market town, Peter. Glad you brought us here. And
Market day.
Market day.
Yeah.
It's what time is it?
It's just gone 1 o'clock.
Ah, right. So when is the market?
Morning.
Matter. Whoops.
We missed it again.
I blame you.
I blame Lance. Here we are at the church of village of Guimilio to see the church, and in particular its Calvary, which depicts over 200 figures of scenes from the Bible. It's very considered a masterpiece.
And it's open. Again. this is even smaller. Yeah, I think it's the dedication and commitment of Lance. Peter?
Gutted. Yes?
It's closed. It doesn't open till 10 o'clock.
No.
Surely you should have looked when you're planning it.
I think I subconsciously knew this, which is why I wanted another half an hour in bed. But this was the day I had to get up early, and we've got somewhere too early. I don't think this is I don't think this is Lance's fault this time. I think it's your fault. Yes. Well, we're going off to the restaurant in Rouen, and I've staked my reputation that it's that way.
Peter, you haven't got a reputation.
Well, I'm hoping to acquire one from this escapade.
So, this looks interesting. Are we going to this church, St Etienne?
No, we're not going there, Dave. No.
Not planned. No, we're quite near.
I didn't actually notice that one.
And this chateau, that's quite near as well.
You have to get a boat. Look, that would have been difficult. That would have been difficult.
This crypt?
Well, we could do that, but it doesn't look very interesting to me.
Okay, and this museum in the place we just come from?
Yeah, I read about that. It sounded a bit dry. And
so that's why we didn't go there whilst we were there?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what that says. Can you translate that?
That's an enclosed. That's like the enclosed churches that we saw yesterday. We saw two of them yesterday.
Oh, we saw, so we don't need to see those.
Actually,
that's fine then. Good planning. Good planning. Yeah. It's good.
But we could do this one.
Okay.
We've now arrived at the crypt in Lanmeur, and unfortunately it's Fermé, because today is Vendredi Fermé. Yesterday was Jeudi Fermé, but it wasn't really in the plan. I felt pressured to come here.
Really think it wasn't your fault, because we just sorted the last place, so it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Could it be Lance's?
Yeah, I think it
could be Lance's fault.
Yeah.
Hello, Trevor.
Where are we then, Peter?
We're at L'Église de Bréhévenez in Lannion.
And what are we here to see?
We're here to go up the tower, the bell tower that you can go up, granite bell tower, 12th century. It's about 600 steps or something, but fantastic views of the city.
Well, let's just try the door, shall we? Seems to be closed.
It does seem to be closed.
Is that your fault?
Do you know what? I blame Lance.
C'est pas moi, putain! Arrête de m'accuser, connard! Ça suffit!
Where are you going, Peter?
I'll be back in a minute.
Bonjour. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I've been blaming a guy that couldn't make the tour with us for the reason why I've sort of not organised it that well. Why have you been blaming him? Because he was supposed to be coming and he couldn't make it because of medical reasons. Which is his name. His name's Lance. You know, he can't really walk. He did an 8-mile hike, I suppose. He walked at 8 miles. Yeah, he can walk 8 miles and he can dig out a fish pond, I suppose, because it's still... So he says he cannot walk and he walked 8 miles and he digged out a fish pond. Yeah. I think he is, how you say, swinging the lead. Oh, well, you see, I've been blaming Lance for, and I feel a bit guilty. Somebody comes, I blame Lance. You can go. Au revoir, my son. Au revoir. I blame Lance. Oh, well, thank you very much. Okay, bye.
It's Saturday morning here in France, and apparently all the French tourist attractions are free today, so they're going to cram in as much as possible. So what do you have to say about that, Peter?
Well, that's right, Trevor, and that's the way I planned it.
Peter, once again, you've messed up the booking. No room on the ferry. It's a good job I managed to blag us a space on this fishing boat. What happened this time?
I blame Lance.
I just hope the crossing's nice and smooth.
Me too.
Well, I'll have to top it up there. I'll top it. No, I think I'm on the bottom. No, I think I'm on the bottom. I got I blame Lance. Oh, I can see. You go there. So here we are in Normandy, 2 hours before we need to be here, in the rain. Who's planning this?
Well, I blame Lance. No, can we do that again? Because it was...
Well, we're at this ancient monastery. Thanks for getting us here. Yeah. But what date is it today, and what day is it today?
It is Thursday, the 17th of September day.
And if you were to translate that into French?
That would be jeudi le 17. Oh, fuck it, I don't know.
I'm soaking now.
Dave, why are you all wet?
No, you do it wrong.
No, I'm supposed to say
No,
that
no,
first.
I'm soaking now. You said you should have taken a coat. You take a coat, right?